Hey guys, welcome back to week 3, Life with Lenoci podcast. And you know what? We're making the producer do more work, and that's fine because we do more work because, sometimes we make mistakes. And it wasn't his mistake, but it was my mistake. This is my second time doing this episode. I'm doing it again, and that's okay. Listen, in life, you're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Very, very, very hard to be perfect. Very hard to be perfect in anything. There's perfect games in baseball. But even those are almost not perfect. You could argue they threw balls. They didn't throw all strikes. They didn't throw 3 strikes to every batter, but it's still considered a perfect game if you don't walk anyone. So what are you making a face about? Yeah, a perfect game is a perfect game. There's only been 23 in the history of baseball.
200,000 games.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. And a perfect game is no walks. And no hits. Now, listen, that being said, back to our old habits. We don't want to say that being said. We're making a lot of mistakes. We made a mistake. I'm shooting this episode again. I didn't like the way the first one was shot. I thought it was the energy was off. Yes?
It was shot fine.
It was shot fine, but I mean the whole production thing, man. The whole production thing.
Was fine.
Listen, either way, we got about a minute to motivate, and here we go. The music's flowing, and we're going to probably fade it out soon. Maybe close, So it's not always going to be 3 minutes, but right now it's still going. And I want you guys to know because it's okay to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I made a mistake, and I'm fixing my mistake. And we all can fix our mistakes because we can all get better as people. So I'm getting better as a person. I'm getting better as a podcaster by myself. Because I was like, I don't want to give them a third episode that's offbeat from the first 2. It's got to be consistent. It's got to be really consistent. And, it's okay to redo things. You got to trust your gut. That's the number one thing. You got to trust your gut. You know how sometimes in life you're like, this doesn't feel right, but you still do it. We all do that, right? You're probably feeling that way with doing this podcast. Haha, I did the joke for you. But let's stay focused. Sometimes you feel your gut and you go against your gut. You've heard this your whole life. It's so cliche, right? But like Nick Lachey. But I'm saying we're having fun with words. I'm saying you got to go with your gut when it comes to artistic stuff. Arts, you got to go with your gut. When you're on stage and you're performing, you just got to go with your gut and say whatever comes to your mind. Might not make sense, but at least you went with your gut and it's authentic and it's real. And that's what I'm doing right now. I said, scratch the episode. We're coming in and we're going to redo it. We're going to redo the episode, and that's fine. And I'm proud of it. I'm already proud of this episode. I'm already happy with this episode, and I want everyone else to be happy. And we're here and we're week 3. We're about to go 3-0 and we're winning. And that's when the music fades out right here. This is where it fades out. And that's this episode. Welcome to this week. That's what we're doing. That's how we're going to do it going forward. It fades out right there where I said it does. So now, when you edit, you got it. You got it. You know what I got tonight? Guess what I got right after this? Softball, men's playoff game, wearing pants because I'll slide. I'll slide for the playoffs. I said I would slide for the playoffs. If I have to slide tonight, I will slide. No insurance. Still don't have insurance. Won't ever have insurance. Maybe I will if I have a family. Then you have to get insurance, right? Because then you would want your kids to have insurance, right? Like in case they hurt their what? Well, when you slide, actually, have you ever slid after your 30s? It's painful for the next few days, and you cut your legs up. You don't do it. That's why I was like, I'm not doing this. I did the first softball game I played about a year ago when I signed up for the league. I was sliding all over the place. I couldn't walk for a week, and then I had bruises and cuts all over me, and I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. They were probably watching me like, oh, this guy, first time playing in years. I didn't know. So now I don't slide anymore, but I will slide for a playoff game if it's close. You know what? Maybe I won't even have close plays. I'll just kind of chill. But I got a playoff game today, and we'll see how it goes. No insurance still. Less of a cheesy episode. We call back all the episodes. That's what we do. I like the cheesy episode. I like it. It was having fun. We got some feedback about the music. Some people love it. More people love it. Loved the cheesy post. People loved how it is hard to eat cheese. It is very hard to eat cheese. To not eat cheese. Whatever. I messed up. This whole episode is about messing up and calling yourself out for messing up. You know what? It's very hard to call yourself out. Domestic arguments. Do you have an easy time admitting when you're wrong with your wife, or do you hold your ground? Very hard.
I can admit when I'm wrong. My wife cannot.
You said he said he can, his wife cannot. Now, listen, based off of what I know, you're a very passive guy. I've never really seen you yell. I would say that your wife is the alpha, maybe, but here's what when Mark yells, he's very cut. He goes, "You have to do it like this." It's very like condescending. It's almost like he talks to people like they're children, and that is dick. That's an asshole. That's the most asshole thing you could do is talk to someone like their child. So he probably says to his wife, "Babe, you are not clean. You forget to put the cap on the toothpaste. And I don't like that. It's not that hard to screw it on." And she's like, "Shut the fuck up."
I thought passive aggressive.
I would say it's a little passive aggressive. It's a little bit passive aggressive.
I talk to you that way.
Oh, well, then if you do it with me, you're doing it with other people. There's no way anyone is one way with one person. That's got to be impossible. That's a new thing I just made up, but it's got to be real. Is anybody one way with one person and that's it, only with that person? There's no way. Everybody you know that I think this is real, what I'm about to say. I think this is real. I didn't hear this somewhere. I didn't learn it, but I think I just discovered something. Everyone you interact with, how they are that way with everyone else at least a little bit, right? There's no way, like maybe like The Rock, right? He's around people where you think he just turns it on and he's this persona, but then when he's with his comfortable people, he's like a monster. Maybe, but like there's a little bit like, even if I was as famous as The Rock, I couldn't put this persona on. I would just be like, listen, people are going to think I'm an asshole and I'm going to have to deal with that. And that's who I'm going to have to be for the rest of my life. I understand people think I'm an asshole and that's fine because you can think I'm an asshole, but I'm not a bad person. I'm a good person. I'm a loyal person. I'm a good friend. And I tend to do the right things, okay? We all have the devil in us. It's real. The devil's alive. Kanye told us that. The devil is alive. You didn't like that. You rolled your eyes, but he did say it. Maybe he's not the first one, but he's who I heard say it. But listen, we're all kind of, we all have a little bit of evil in us, but I'm an overall good person. Just because you're an asshole doesn't mean you're a bad person. Can we all agree on that? Everybody in the room, raise your hand. Two, unanimous. Two people agreed with that. Because listen, an asshole isn't necessarily a bad person. An asshole is just someone who likes to be alone. That's what I figured out. Some people might be an asshole because I'm short, or maybe I'm sarcastic with people I don't know and it comes off like an asshole. But at the end of the day, I cry at puppy videos. I cry at a lot of movies. A Beautiful Mind, Forrest Gump, Ghost, Angels in the Outfield, just from the top of my head, Interstellar. These are all movies that make me cry. Would a bad person cry at these movies? No, they wouldn't. Okay? I'll tell you who wouldn't cry at these movies. People that eat dogs. They have no feelings whatsoever. And I was going to say something that would have been maybe inappropriate, but I didn't say it. But you know who those people are. They fucking eat dogs. You think they're crying at Interstellar? No. Okay? So I'm just saying, I understand that I eat cows, and you're like, okay, well, you don't feel bad for that. I do. When you ever seen that video where the cows are they're let out of the barn and they're jumping, they're hopping around like bunnies. You're like, oh my God, they have enjoyment, and you're like, that's sad. But like, listen, here's how if I don't eat the burger, then that meat's going away to the garbage. So it's like, but then they say they could, this is the argument. If like when you have arguments about eating meat, they're like, well, if you don't order the burger, then they have the meat still there. And then they have to order less meat, and the demand for meat goes down, and then the killing of the cows goes down. I understand that. And that's how it is with voting. That's why everyone should voting. Kind of works like that. I don't know how you put it together, but it does, right? Everybody should vote, because if you don't, then they do. Then if they do, then they do. Whatever. Trump still won. Doesn't matter. But I would like to not eat meat anymore. I like animals. But the point is, an asshole can be a good person. Can we agree on that? What is an asshole really? An asshole is someone who acts selfish, who, minds his own business, but then chimes in and says something that you don't agree upon, but doesn't listen to your opinions. I mean, what is the definition of an asshole? An asshole could be many things, but I don't think an asshole is a bad person. I don't think if someone's a bad person, they're a piece of shit. That's the difference, right? A piece of shit is way different than an asshole. An asshole's not that bad. There's a lot of assholes. My dad is an asshole. I'm an asshole. My sister is an asshole. Now, certain people are a piece of shits. And those people don't cry. Like, if you don't cry at the end of Forrest Gump when he's reading his letter to his son, you're a bad person. What?
My wife does not cry in movies or TV shows.
Bro, that's a red flag.
However,
That's a fucking
we
big
watched
red flag.
something 3 weeks ago
Yeah?
that she cried, and I was like, this is what makes you cry?
What made her cry?
I'm trying to remember what it is.
It was a TV show or a movie?
It was a movie.
Something about someone dying or heartwarming, love stories.
It was more on the love spectrum.
That's fine. Love is a beautiful thing, man. How about this? My buddy AJ, I was at his wedding this weekend, right? Haley couldn't come to the wedding because she got COVID. Who gets COVID, by the way, in the middle of the year when people don't get COVID anymore? So that's weird. There's already conspiracy theory. You know, she's sick. She's for sure sick. She still has a cough. I'm fine. I don't have anything.
From her?
What?
You isolated from her?
I was for 2 weeks, but not since I got back from the wedding. Everything's fine. You already had it anyways, bro. We all have had it. Well, then we'll find out. But it's been a week, and no, she's better now. She doesn't she doesn't test positive. Still has a cough though. But there's a conspiracy. Did she really have COVID? I think, did she make it up? Who knows? Why would she do that? She wouldn't. I'm making it up. It's not a conspiracy. But she, yeah. I mean, you know, I didn't see her for 2 weeks. She was on a bachelorette party, and then, you know, we don't see each other, and then, you know, but she's now, you know, I could see her for lunch outside, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm isolated. Just kidding. The point is, you know, I was at his wedding, and I don't ever cry at weddings, really, when I see them say you are now husband and wife, right? But I brought my buddy, my vlog guy's camera. I brought it and I shot his wedding because I was like, why not? Like, Haley wasn't there, so I needed something to do. And I asked them, I was like, can I shoot the wedding? And I shot it, and I came from behind and got like some cool shots and different shots of like the best man speech, the what is it called? The maid of honor speech, you know, the first dance with as a couple and with their parents. And when I got home, I put together this film, and it was like 27 minutes, a 27-minute video, and I added music and I did cuts and got takes of all his friends saying nice things. While I was cutting it, I got teary-eyed. That's love. That's real love. An asshole would not get teary-eyed from that. Something I knew what was going to happen, and I was getting emotional. I was like, this is beautiful. I've never cried from my own art or my own work, and this was unbelievable. I could be hired to shoot someone's wedding. It was that well shot. Like, I'll send you the link if you want to see it. If anyone, I can't, it's not my shit to really send, but I sent it to my mom, and she said I cried 2 different times. 2 different times. My mom cried 2 different times. You know what that means? I made my mom feel, and that's what this is about. You're welcome, Mom. You're welcome. Whatever that is. She doesn't do that. Yeah, whatever. An a-hole is a stupid, irritating, or contemptible. Contemptible. A stupid, irritating, or contemptible person. Well, I guess what? I don't know what that means. So I don't even know what the definition of a-hole is. A stupid, an a-hole is stupid? Someone who's stupid is an a-hole? So if someone's like, I walked into a wall, that's an asshole? That doesn't make sense. Don't you? People always think the a-hole is, you know, someone who's just like, shut up, or they cut you off in traffic, right?
Merriam-Webster Dictionary says a stupid, annoying, or detestable person. Or it says the least attractive or desirable part of an area used in phrases like asshole in the world.
Oh, you know what? That kind of makes sense because they're taking it into like, you know, your butthole is the ugliest part of your body. Now, some would argue on men that it's not. You know, you could say the balls are. We're not going to go down this road, okay? We're not going to go down this road because we have adults listening. adults who are past this. We have moms listening. Mark's mom listens to this podcast. My mom listens to this podcast. Someone else's mom. Raise your hand in the comments if your mom listens to the podcast. You know what? I want all the moms listening to this podcast.
Only reacts.
What?
Purple hearts only.
Purple hearts only. What's that mean?
People can click purple hearts in the comments
To
show that they're listening.
There's purple hearts on YouTube?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the page. Comment. We love the feedback. Constructive criticism is different than hate. Sometimes there's hate, and those people have problems. There was a guy today, and I was going back for it. I was like, thanks for your feedback, but I was like, you're commenting from 2 different accounts. And he was like, he got so mad. I go, that's a lot to unload on some random person, but we will, good thing there's hundreds of podcasts. Just move on, man. Figure out yourself. Like, it's funny when you put up a podcast, if someone doesn't like the content, they get upset at it. It's free. Like, then just don't watch it. Then move on to the, they think that they're going to fix, they want to direct you or create your own podcast, but purple heart it. Let's get the mothers. Let's make this the biggest mother listening podcast in the world. How funny would that be? I'm just touring and I just got 300 mothers in the crowd. Yes. We loved Ghost. We loved Interstellar, The Beautiful Mind. What a movie. When he makes the speech at the end and wins the Nobel Peace Prize. Yes. Have you not seen Beautiful Mind? You're looking at me like you're confused.
No, I saw it 20 years ago.
It's one of the greatest movies of all time. What about Intimidation Game? Another great movie. Imitation Game. Whatever, dude. Whatever. It was a good movie too. Either way, my buddy AJ got married this weekend. I was there in Denver. Fun time. I love weddings. I'll tell you what. I don't like spending the money for weddings, but I love them. I would love to work. I tried this years ago on my Guys Night Out podcast. I tried to tell people I will go on a wedding. If you hire me, I will go to a wedding and you have to approve it with the people getting married, the groom and the bride. But I'll go, pay for the hotel, the flight, and I'll go just to party, just to make it fun. Never worked out. Some people kind of inquired about it, but it was like, this is going to be tough to pull off. But I would still do that. I would still take that offer. If someone paid for the hotel, flight, and I get to eat and drink at the wedding, I won't do anything disruptive. We'll sign a contract, but I get to go and just party and have a good time. I'm there.
Have you ever thought about being an officiant?
I actually can't. I did it. I did the online thing. I'm registered to officiate a wedding. I can. I can officiate a wedding. Yes, I can. I will officiate a wedding and flight, hotel. Obviously, I get to get drunk and do everything too. I get to bring my girl. She's coming too. But also, and $1,000 on top. That's very cheap. Way cheaper than what it probably costs to have someone officiate. I'll take full paid expense trip and then just an additional $1,000. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's a fun time. So if you guys want to do that, do it. And that will be fun because I had fun at weddings because I'm a big dancer. I dance a lot. I like eating the food, but if I'm drinking, I'll sometimes skip over the food if I'm having a good time. I'll even shoot it too. We'll throw on an extra $2,000. I'll shoot your wedding too. I'll officiate it, but if I'm officiating it, I can't really shoot it during that part. But if we do $3,000 for shooting it, I'll bring someone to help me shoot it and I'll give him $1,000. But if you want me to not officiate and just shoot the wedding, then it's $2,000 plus everything I said previous. But if you don't want me to shoot it and you just want me to officiate it, it's $1,000 plus full expense. And that's an offer on the table forever. It doesn't matter unless I'm like, I have a family and I'm really busy and stuff. But still, before we get out of here, I just want to kind of, go into, how you get into these momentums with working out and you feel good, but it's just like, I'll never have a 6-pack. I'll never have a 6-pack in my life. I realize that. At this point, I'm about to be 38. Will I ever have a 6-pack? You have to ask yourself that. If I'm a sports show, right? If I'm a commentator on a sports show and I'm analyzing myself, but I'm not myself, but I'm looking at myself. I go, well, you got to look at him. He's late in his career. He's 38. He's never had a 6-pack. He's had opportunities to get a 6-pack, but he never was able to get over that hump. At this point, you would think it's too late to get the 6-pack. That's what they would be saying. I'm not going to get the championship pack. That's what it's called, the championship pack. I'm not. And I've mentioned this before on other, like, sometimes it looks like I could have a 6-pack because I have like a skinnier face. And then like up here, it kind of looks like I do flies. I do flies at the gym. And you're like, oh, maybe he does have a body. And I've said this before. I've been out before where a girl lifted up my shirt and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She goes, oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought you had a 6-pack. And I didn't. And, after that, obviously she just walked away and then I went home and cried. And that was when I was like 24 or 5. So, I mean, like, at this point, 6-pack is pretty unrealistic. I would have to have someone come in and clean the organization from top to bottom. New GM, new coach, new team, new draft picks, really come in, change the workout, have someone motivate me, change the diet, be on top of the diet. They're feeding me. My urges would have to be away. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like I just ate guac and chips all day. That's what I did today. And I know that doesn't sound that unhealthy. Is it? Is that even unhealthy? But it's so good.
The guac's great. The chips terrible.
Bro, but guac and chips is so good. I don't know what to do. Like, how about this? If I'm having a good day, let's say I wake up, I have coffee, maybe I have like a little parfait.
So do you take chips and guac over chips and salsa?
Yes! Chips and guac over chips and salsa all day. All day. Is anyone in this world taking chips and salsa over chips and guac? If so, that's an asshole.
No, sometimes.
That's an asshole.
I would say it's 70-30 guac.
Yeah.
Salsa.
No, okay. There's no sometimes.
Yeah, there's sometimes.
Yeah, if you had too much guac that day, there's no sometimes, bro. It's like chips and guac, like, is it bad for you? I love it so much. The thing about guac, though, it's like you got a day, 2 days with it. Like, even when you buy, because I like to buy the homemade ones from like Bristol Farms or Whole Foods. I eat them. I try to eat the whole thing. No? You can't save it for 2 days.
You got to make it yourself.
I did, but it's too much work, man.
It's like 2 minutes.
No, it's not 2 minutes, but it's like
You don't even
cutting
like
open the guac.
You don't even like guac. If you
Yes,
buy
I do.
store-made,
No, that's not
and a
true.
little peel-off,
No,
you
that's
don't
not
like
true.
guac.
I'll tell you what. I've made good guac, but like, dude,
You don't
Bristol.
like guac. You just said you don't make it.
Bristol, I've made it before. I've done it before. I'm just like, it's so much easier to just grab it on the way out of Bristol Farms and eat it. And they make the goddamn best. Dude, their guac is better than El Capadre. I swear to God, it's better than El Capadre. I've had a lot, like not Ralph's guac, gross. Not Whole Foods, whatever. Dude, Bristol Farms, I don't know if they have these on the East Coast or it's just a West Coast thing. Bristol Farms guac is as good as restaurant guac. It's unbelievable. Can you try it for me without arguing?
Sure. I'll bring
That's
mine
good.
in, and you bring a
Bro, yours
Bristol
is going to be
Farms.
fine. It's just like homemade guac is the same. It's like fine.
But like, I will literally make it in the like a minute and a half that you're here. And you'll be
No,
like,
then
"Oh,
they,
that's not that
no,
good."
you're not. You're doing it too quick because you got it. Then it's not mashed up enough.
What?
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Guac is pretty
It's
like
gonna be a master hour
bad
process.
guac to great guac. Far, it's not that far in between. I will say that it's not that far in between. It's not like a burger from McDonald's versus a smash burger, right? Way different. One's completely better. It's like years ahead of it, right? But guac, like, okay, hold on. There's bad guac, like the ones that like are like the brand, brand names that are made, like hundreds of them are made and they're
Looks
sold.
like Green Man.
Yeah, it looks that sure, that's crap. But I'm saying for the most part, the homemade guac that the grocery stores are pushing out and restaurants, it's not. They're all really good. They're all really good. But I mean, the whole point of this was, I wanted to talk about how like I can't get going. I'll get some momentum in the gym, and then by like Friday or Saturday, I lose control with food. Late night, or it's just like it's hard, man. It's hard to motivate yourself, and you wish you could do what I did with this episode. You wish you could redo your week sometimes. I'm like, man, I made a mistake with food. I didn't push myself and work out that hard, and that's all. I want you guys to know you're not alone out there. If you're a big person and you're listening to this, I probably am a bad influence because I just told you to eat a bunch of guac and chips. I mean, I love it so much. I think it's one of the better things in life. I know that we ranked cereal, but guac and chips is pretty phenomenal. It's a pretty phenomenal thing. There's never guac and chips at weddings.
Do you fuck with avocado toast?
Yeah, here's the thing about avocado toast. Here is the thing about avocado toast. Let me end on this. We're going to end on this avocado toast. Bro, avocado toast is a crime at restaurants.
Yes.
It's just like, you can't do that. Like, people are out here complaining about gas prices. Why are we not putting together a team or of resources to like shut this down? Like, you should not be spending $10 for avocado toast. By the way, nobody's spending $10. It's $15. Okay? Like, that's BS. Also, why is avocados extra everywhere? It should be, we're done with this. It's everywhere. Everywhere you go has avocado. Why does it cost more? Seems like there's plenty of avocados. Actually, I remember asking this question one time and someone had an answer for me and I go, oh, that makes sense. Don't know what the answer was. I think it was something that like it takes a lot to grow them or something.
Yeah, it actually is. It takes a lot of water to grow them.
But there's still so many of them then. But it's obviously not that hard because everywhere you look, there's guacamole.
But there's no reason for like a farmer's market one to be $1, but then like such like a random place charges you $2.
Yeah,
for
that
a quarter of an avocado.
listen, that's fine. And the guac, like if you buy those little things of guac, like I don't know how many ounces it is, but it's like this big of guac. It's like $8, right? And that's fine because I feel like that's worth the money because you're going to get 2 days worth of it and it's so good. Okay. But like if I go to a restaurant and I get avocado toast, you're a piece of shit, not an asshole, if you're charging $15 for avocado toast. That's messed up. You can't charge Swingers can't charge. Swingers, my favorite diner, it's like, oh, what's the chicken sandwich cost? $17, right? With fries. $17 with fries is the chicken sandwich. Avocado toast, $14. Bro, boy, are you in trouble. Boy, are you a bad person. That's not fair. You got to stop that. You got to stop that. Listen, it's cheaper to hire me as an officiator than it is to have guac or than it is to have avocado toast for every single guest at a wedding. That's crazy.
It's not a protein. It's a spread.
It's a spread. Exactly. It's a spread. It's not, well, is it a spread like peanut butter jelly spread? Like it goes into that category? No.
It goes like in the hummus category.
Yeah, I would say it goes in the hummus category for sure. For sure. It's just not, it's not cool, man. And we don't like that stuff. We don't support overcharging for avocado toast. If I'm really rich one day and you know how you can give money to charities, I'm starting a foundation for lowering the cost of avocado toast. That's what I want to put money into. And Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's and avocado toast. Two things that need to be worked on. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. And, guys, if you're listening, leave a 5-star review. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Play, or whatever that is, and then Amazon. That's all you are listening on. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks. Subscribe. Check out Life with Lenoci vlogs, stand-up videos on there. We'll be shooting a special soon and leading up to that. And, we appreciate everything. Comedy Showcase app, check that out on Apple apps. Everything else is going great. And, whatever. Life is fun. Can't complain. Got some shows coming up. Assuming the world continues to be great, right? Is COVID done? I thought for sure it didn't even exist. Then Haley gets it. So, oh no. But, let's go win this playoff game. Let's go win this playoff game. And then, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.